These are the most important features of EA Sports College Football. And now I'm not just talking about gameplay and game modes. Obviously, we need to have Dynasty. Obviously, we need to have Road to Glory. Obviously, the gameplay needs to be good in order for it to be a good game. But these are the not so obvious features that really need to be in EA Sports College Football to make it a good video game. I think the number one most important thing about EA Sports College Football is the release date. And now that might seem odd, but right now the release date is roughly summer 2024. We don't have a day or a month in the summer of 2024. We just know release date of summer 2024, which would be great. I'm hoping for a release date of summer 2024, and EA has even doubled down on that release date despite a recent lawsuit. But that's my only fear, is that with lawsuits and with the way the NCAA 14 and that whole series ended, I'm just worried that it could get delayed, and the next thing you know, we're not even getting a video game. Like, this game is set to release in less than a year, and we have very minimal details about it. And so that's probably intentional, and I hope it's for a good reason, but I'm just worried that as we get closer to that date, and if we continue to have no details, we could get bad news about the game either being delayed or canceled altogether. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I don't think it will. I hope it doesn't. I do think we're going to get a college football video game, and hopefully in the summer. I just want to say that this is the most important feature, the most important aspect of this game is that it is supposed to release summer of 2024, and that needs to stay that way. The next important aspect of this game I want to talk about is that it needs to be different from Madden. And I've talked about this several times over the years since we knew that the game was coming back. But number one, it cannot be a Madden reskin. First off, Madden's just not a good game these days to begin with. So if it's simply just Madden with college teams, it'll be fun for a very short amount of time. And then number two, college football and NFL football are very different. Yes, they're both American football, but the college feel and atmosphere and environment and experience is so far different from the NFL. Both are great, both are amazing, but I personally prefer college for the rivalries and for the fact that these kids, well, I was about to say they're not playing for money. Now they kind of are these days, but they're not playing for these $1 million contracts that NFL players are playing for. They're just playing because they love the game and they're trying to get to the NFL. And so if it's simply just Madden with college teams, it's going to be a huge, huge, huge disappointment. The third important feature is customization. Some of my favorite video games over the years are simply because there is so much that the user can create. And when I look at sports games, I think about the old NCAA football games where you could create teams. I think about Team Builder, obviously creating a player. Road to Glory has a lot of that with creating your player. That's obviously fun. But then I think about MLB The Show, where you can literally just design a whole stadium. I would love to see that in EA Sports College Football. I also think about the old MVP baseball series. There was a game mode in there called Owner Mode. One of my favorite things to ever do in a video game. It's basically like Dynasty, but in Owner, you would set the ticket prices. You would kind of look at the finances and payroll, but you would get to upgrade your stadium as you got better and as you made more revenue, and it was super fun. I would love to see a game mode like that in EA Sports College Football, where you take a small team, you create the team, you create their jerseys, everything, you create their stadium, and as you get better, you can add another deck to the stadium. You could put a bigger scoreboard, different things like that would be so fun to allow the player to customize those things. It just seems like older video games allowed so much more customization than newer video games, and you think it should be the other way around. That as video games and technology improves and gets better, that the user would be given more freedom and customization. I mean, I even look at Fortnite with Fortnite 2.0 or whatever it's called, the creative side, where you can, it's basically like Roblox, and Roblox is another good example. That it just gives the user so much freedom to literally just make video games within the video game. Now, it doesn't have to be that in-depth where I can literally make another video game in EA Sports College Football, but you get the point. Like, I want to be able to make my stadium, make my team, make my player, and it feels like in the older games we could do that, but in the newer ones we cannot. So I would love to see that in EA Sports College Football, and I think it's extremely important for the life cycle of the game. The last important feature I want to touch on is real players, having real players in the game, which is obviously the plan with NIL, and that's the whole idea. You can make the game now because you can pay the players. Not only can they be in the video game, but you don't have to worry about lawsuits. And honestly, I don't for the diehard fans like me, I really don't think it's that important because I think we're going to buy the game regardless. I really don't. I mean, obviously, I want the real players to be in the game, but it's not that important to me because either way, I'm going to buy the game because I want to play college football video game. But to the less diehard fan, to maybe the more casual fan, I do think real players is pretty important. I think having an actual player like Caleb Williams or whoever on the cover, and then you have them actually in the game, does draw a lot of fans to play the game, especially maybe if they're more of an NFL fan, a Madden fan, but then knowing that, hey, there's going to be real college football players in the video game instead of just, quarterback number 2 or whatever. I do think that could draw players that play Madden over to EA Sports College Football or just the less diehard fan to play the video game. And then it just makes it more fun for us as well because, like I said, I'm going to buy the game either way, but real players definitely makes it even more fun and enjoyable for us. So that's the last important thing that's going to be highlighted in this video. I'm excited for the release. I really hope it does come out in summer 2024. We'll see what happens, and if we hopefully get some more updates here soon from EA, I'll definitely let them know and provide them to you.